Hello, soap fans, and welcome back to our channel for another explosive dive into the world of Port Charles. Today is a phenomenal day to break down the sheer chaos heading your way. The drama is reaching an absolute boiling point, and we have all the exclusive, jaw-dropping details you crave. Let us jump straight into the heart-pounding action. Prepare yourselves for an absolute powder keg of an episode this Thursday, July 9, on General Hospital. The stakes have never been higher as deadly secrets unravel, passionate romances hit critical crossroads, and desperate cover-ups threaten to destroy the most powerful families in town. We are looking at a massive confrontation involving the ruthless Jen Sidwell, a scorching ultimatum from mob boss Sonny Corinthos to ADA Justine Turner, and a jaw-dropping medical mystery that will leave Elizabeth Baldwin completely reeling. The walls are closing in on Brooklyn Quartermain's reckless frame-up, while Willow Kane faces a catastrophic setback in her war against Drew Kane. Buckle up, because Port Charles is about to explode, and every single second of this upcoming episode is designed to leave you breathless. The danger escalates to lethal levels as the cornered and vicious Jen Sidwell goes on the warpath. Sidwell is a man who does not take betrayal lightly, and on Thursday, he is out for absolute blood. The criminal mastermind will corner someone in a terrifying confrontation, aggressively demanding to know exactly how they could dare to sell him out to his enemies. The target of his unyielding wrath? All signs point directly to Jordan Ashford. Jordan has been navigating a highly treacherous path, desperately trying to manage the fallout of Curtis Ashford's impending legal doom while keeping her own hands clean. But when you play games with a volatile force like Sidwell, the violent blowback is entirely inevitable. Sidwell will corner Jordan, his eyes blazing with lethal intent, forcing her into a horrifying position where one wrong word could cost her everything. Jordan Ashford is no stranger to high-pressure interrogations, having served as the police commissioner, but staring down the barrel of Sidwell's unhinged fury is a completely different nightmare. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Jordan will make a shocking admission during this intense face-off. Will she confess to tipping off the authorities, or perhaps reveal a strategic maneuver that inadvertently threw Sidwell to the wolves? Whatever she admits, it is guaranteed to stir up a massive amount of trouble. Jordan's confession will instantly place her on Sidwell's bad side, making her a prime target for his ruthless retaliation. The sheer tension in this scene will be palpable as Jordan realizes she has just painted a massive bullseye on her own back. Sidwell's demand for loyalty is absolute, and Jordan's admission of betrayal might just be the spark that ignites a deadly new war. Across town, the heat is rising in a completely different way, as Sonny Corinthos delivers a heart-stopping ultimatum to ADA Justine Turner. Their forbidden romance has been a simmering cauldron of passion and danger, blending the ultimate mob boss with the very woman sworn to uphold the law. Justine is still deeply traumatized from being held hostage by Sidwell, a horrifying ordeal that Sonny pulled her out of. Now, the emotional aftermath is taking its heavy toll. Justine will try to pull back, terrified of the blazing fire she is playing with and the professional ruin it could cause. But Sonny is a man who demands absolute clarity. With his signature intensity, Sonny will look Justine dead in the eye and ask if she truly wants this to be a clean break. He will give her the out, the final opportunity to walk away from the Corinthos Syndicate and never look back. The chemistry between Sonny and Justine is absolutely undeniable, creating a magnetic pull that defies all logic and legal boundaries. When Sonny offers her the chance to end things for good, the crushing weight of the moment will crash down on Justine. She knows that walking away is the smart, safe, and professional choice for an assistant district attorney. But the heart wants what the heart wants, and the adrenaline of surviving Sidwell's trap alongside Sonny has forged an unbreakable, intoxicating bond. General Hospital spoilers tease that Justine will ultimately admit a clean break is the absolute last thing she actually wants. Throwing caution to the wind, Justine will surrender to the overwhelming passion she feels for the mob boss. Expect a scorching, high-stakes romantic encounter as these two cross the point of no return, fully embracing the dangerous thrill of their forbidden connection. The legal drama reaches a boiling point as Martin Gray officially steps up to the plate for Curtis Ashford. Curtis is currently drowning in a sea of legal nightmares, facing a devastating plea deal that would send him to Pentonville, all while Rick Lansing ruthlessly prepares a massive civil suit on behalf of the injured Isaiah Gannon. Curtis is desperate, terrified of losing his freedom and missing out on the birth of Portia's new baby. Enter Martin Gray, the slick, sharp-tongued attorney who thrives on impossible cases. Curtis will look to Martin for a miracle, desperately wondering if this is the lawyer who can guarantee he walks free from this absolute disaster. The stakes for the Ashford family have never been more dire, and Curtis is placing his entire future in Martin's highly capable, yet inherently unpredictable hands. Martin Gray is a realist, but he is also a fiercely determined advocate when the chips are down. He will look Curtis straight in the eye and admit the harsh truth. In the Port Charles judicial system, there are absolutely no guarantees. The evidence is messy, Isaiah is out for blood, and Rick Lansing is a predatory opponent who will exploit every single weakness in their defense. However, Martin will follow up this dose of reality with an ironclad promise. He will vow to do absolutely everything in his formidable power to ensure Curtis does not land behind bars. Martin's strategic mind will immediately begin plotting a defense, analyzing every angle of the physical altercation with Isaiah. This alliance between Curtis and Martin is a massive game changer, setting the stage for a brutal courtroom showdown that will shake the very foundations of the city. Meanwhile, the walls are rapidly closing in on a massive deception at the Metro Court pool. Harrison Chase is a detective to his core, and his investigative instincts are currently firing on all cylinders. He is actively hunting for the truth behind the hit-and-run crash that injured Jordan Ashford, completely unaware that his own wife, Brooklyn Quartermaine, is the true culprit. Chase will corner Lucy Coe, relentlessly grilling the deception executive about the official statement she gave regarding Willow Kane. Lucy, who actually suggested the diabolical frame-up to Brooklyn, will find herself sweating under Chase's intense, piercing interrogation. Every question Chase asks is a loaded weapon, and Lucy will have to deploy every ounce of her manipulative charm to avoid tripping up and exposing the entire conspiracy to a sworn officer of the law. Chase's relentless pursuit of justice is creating a ticking time bomb for his own marriage. He already suspects that Willow is being framed, though he incorrectly deduced that Michael Corinthos was the mastermind. By grilling Lucy Coe, Chase is inadvertently pulling at the very threads that hold Brooklyn's dark secret together. The dramatic irony is absolutely suffocating. Chase is fighting tooth and nail to clear Willow's name, driven by a lingering sense of loyalty and his inherent need for the truth. He will push Lucy for inconsistencies, demanding to know exactly why the GPS trip logs point to Willow when the narrative simply does not add up. Lucy is a seasoned liar, but under the blinding Port Charles sun and Chase's unyielding gaze, the pressure to maintain the illusion will push her to the absolute breaking point. The fallout from this frame-up extends straight into the heart of the Quartermaine mansion, where a brutal family reckoning is about to take place. Tracy Quartermaine, the undisputed matriarch of ruthless tactics, has finally connected the dots. She realizes that her granddaughter, Brooke Lynn, is the one who actively framed Willow for fleeing the scene of Jordan's crash. But instead of a warm embrace, Tracy will deliver a blistering, scorched earth lecture. Tracy will corner Brooke Lynn and absolutely blast her for the sheer recklessness of this plot. The confrontation will be a masterclass in psychological warfare, as Tracy dissects every single flaw in Brooke Lynn's desperate attempt to destroy Willow's reputation while simultaneously protecting her own guilty conscience. Tracy Quartermaine is a woman who appreciates a well-executed scheme, and on some twisted level, she may actually approve of Brooke Lynn tapping into her conniving Quartermaine roots. However, Tracy is also a pragmatic survivor. She will fiercely point out that framing Willow is a spectacularly reckless idea that is practically guaranteed to backfire and destroy everything Brooke Lynn holds dear. The most damning reality? Brooke Lynn herself is the one responsible for leaving the crash site. Tracy will hammer this point home, warning Brooke Lynn that Harrison Chase is a relentless cop who will eventually uncover the truth. Tracy knows that when Chase discovers his wife not only committed the crime, but framed an innocent woman to cover it up, their marriage will instantly detonate into a million irreparable pieces. As Brooke Lynn's world threatens to collapse, Willow Kane is facing a catastrophic crisis of her own. Willow has been desperately relying on Jack Brennan to secure the ultimate leverage against her tormentor, the newly recovered and highly antagonistic Drew Kane. But a massive wrench is about to be thrown into the works. General Hospital spoilers reveal that Brennan may no longer possess the damning evidence he promised. The critical information was reportedly stored in a black box, the very same black box that the sinister WSB director Ross Cullum stole during the recent island chaos. With Cullum out of the picture and the box still missing, Willow's master plan to neutralize Drew is suddenly hanging by a terrifyingly thin thread. The sheer panic will set in as Willow realizes she might be left completely defenseless against Drew's impending wrath. Despite this horrifying setback, Willow refuses to wave the white flag. She still firmly believes that Jack Brennan is their absolute best ally in this vicious war against Drew. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and Willow will turn to Nina Reeves with a highly manipulative demand. Willow will urge Nina to fully weaponize the deep, emotional connection she has been forming with Brennan. Nina and Brennan have been growing undeniably closer, a romance forged in the fires of Turning Woods and shared secrets. Willow will push Nina to use that exact leverage, begging her mother to charm, persuade, or even manipulate Brennan into finding a new way to secure the dirt on Drew. It is a bold, morally ambiguous move that highlights exactly how far Willow's willing to go to protect her family from Drew's vengeance. Jack Brennan is a man who thrives on chaos and always keeps an ace up his sleeve. When Nina approaches him, fueled by Willow's desperate urging, Brennan will not disappoint. He will look Nina in the eye and make a solemn, dangerous promise to come through for them. Brennan will vow to secure the dirt necessary to destroy Drew Kane, even without the missing black box. However, Brennan will also issue a stark warning. There will be massive, unforeseen obstacles to tackle. Securing classified, ruinous information on a man like Drew requires navigating a treacherous minefield of corporate espionage and lingering WSB threats. Brennan's promise binds him even tighter to Nina and Willow, forging a dark alliance that is destined to send massive shockwaves through the entire family dynamic. The medical mysteries of Port Charles are about to take center stage, bringing a wave of absolute shock to the staff at General Hospital. Elizabeth Baldwin, the dedicated and sharp-eyed nurse, will be casually scrolling through online news when she stumbles upon a story that leaves her completely reeling. The headline? Jack Brennan walking out of Turning Woods on his own 2 feet. For weeks, the official narrative has been that Brennan suffered a catastrophic stroke, leaving him paralyzed, locked in, and entirely dependent on medical care. Elizabeth knows the charts, she knows the prognosis, and she knows that a spontaneous, unassisted exit from a long-term care facility is a medical impossibility. The sheer disbelief will wash over her as she realizes that they have all been the victims of a monumental, highly orchestrated deception. Elizabeth is not one to let a medical anomaly slide, especially when it involves a dangerous man tied to the WSB. She will immediately track down Dr. Lucas Jones, shoving the news article in his face and demanding he weigh in on the sheer absurdity of the situation. Lucas, who is already drowning in his own trauma regarding the fake saline syringes and Marco Rios' senseless death, will be floored. Together, the two medical professionals will analyze the absolute impossibility of Brennan's miraculous recovery. Considering how severe his stroke was documented to be, Lucas will confirm what Elizabeth already suspects. Brennan was faking it the entire time. The realization that a high-level operative successfully conned the entire medical establishment of Port Charles will send a chilling realization down their spines. Every single storyline is hurtling toward a catastrophic collision this Thursday. From Jen Sidwell's lethal hunt for a traitor, to Sonny and Justine's scorching surrender, to forbidden passion, the adrenaline is absolutely off the charts. Curtis Ashford is banking his entire future on Martin Gray's slick promises, while Harrison Chase unknowingly tightens the noose around his own wife's dark secret. With Willow Kane demanding the impossible from Nina, and Elizabeth Baldwin uncovering Jack Brennan's monumental medical fraud, the shockwaves will be felt for months to come. Who will survive the fallout when these explosive secrets finally detonate into the light of day? Will Brooklyn's marriage survive the truth? And can Jordan escape Sidwell's wrath? Drop your wildest predictions in the comments below, and brace yourselves for the ultimate Port Charles showdown.